Yeah.
Okay, so today I will be calculating the duals of LP and C0 for P is greater than or equal to 1. So the procedure that we're going to follow is this. First, it's an obvious thing to note that if phi is some element of LP star, then phi is uniquely determined by its action on the standard basis elements. So, uh, so for any n tuple bi in, I will show that for any n tuple in bi in LQ, I can define phi b of ai, where ai is some sequence in LP, is equal to summation bi ai, and this will turn out to be a map in LP star. Conversely, if phi is in LP star and if phi of ei is equal to bi, then I will show that bi is in LQ. So this will give us a bijection between LP star and LQ, which we will find is linear as well as an isometry. So for the first part, so suppose B is equal to Bi is some sequence in LQ. We define phi B from LP to R as phi B of AI is equal to summation Bi AI. Then this will be well defined in the sense that it won't be infinity at any point because of Holder's inequality. By Holder's inequality, we see that summation mod AI Bi AI is less than or equal to the Q norm of B times the P norm of A, which is finite. So, uh, so this series is absolutely continuous. Absolutely convergent, and uh, by the triangle inequality, we'll get that mod summation bi ai is less than or equal to summation mod bi ai. So in particular, uh, phi of ei is equal to bi. So yeah, and one more thing to note here is that this inequality gives us that the the operator norm of phi b is less than or equal to the q norm of b. This is because we can just put the p norm of a is equal to 1 and take the supremum on the left hand side, which will give us the operator norm of phi b on the left hand side. Now for the converse, let phi be some element of LP star. Then for any sequence AI in LP, we have mod of phi of AI is less than or equal to the norm of phi times the p norm of ai by the definition of the operator norm. So suppose first that p is greater than or equal to 1, then and let phi of ei is equal to bi, where ei are the standard basis elements. Now we consider the sequence xn is equal to xjn, where xjn is equal to bj to the power q minus 1 times the sine of times the conjugate of the sine of bj to the power q. This is simply because if b is not equal to bj is not equal to 0. This is simply because I want that when I multiply bj with xjn, I want it to result in mod bj to the power q. So I do this for the first n entries of xn, and the remaining entries are all 0.
Are you assuming P not equal to 1 or?
Yeah, I've assumed that p is greater than 1.
Okay, so you will do separately P equal to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then xn is in LP, since it is of course a finite sum, and by the inequality above, which was this one, phi, the operator norm inequality, phi of xn will just be mod of phi of xn will just be summation from 1 to n bj times xjn, which is summation from 1 to n mod bj to the power q. And this we saw is less than or equal to norm of phi times summation 1 to n mod bj to the power q minus 1 whole to the power p, this entire sum to the power 1 by p. So this is so now p times q minus 1 is just q, because 1 by p plus 1 by q was equal to 1. And if I cancel this on both sides, I'll get summation from 1 to n mod bj power q to the power 1 by q on this side. So I have summation from 1 to n mod bj to the power q whole to the power 1 by q is less than or equal to norm phi. So this is true for every n. So taking the supremum or otherwise, we see that the q norm of b is finite. And further, we also see that in this process, we have realized that the q norm of b is less than or equal to the norm of phi. And in the case that p is equal to 1, we have mod bi is equal to mod phi of ei by definition, which is less than or equal to norm of phi, since the by this inequality again, since the p norm of ei will just be 1. So we have mod bi is less than or equal to norm of phi for every I. So we can just take the supremum on the left hand side, which will be the L infinity norm of B, and we find that it is less than or equal to norm phi. So again, it is finite and bi is in L infinity. So since phi, as we saw, phi is uniquely determined by its action on the standard basis elements, we get a bijection between LP star and LQ, namely the map which sends phi to the sequence. So if phi of ei is equal to bi, it will send phi to the sequence bi. And we saw that this sequence bi is in LQ. So we get a bijection between LP star and LQ. And this bijection is obviously linear because a phi x plus b phi y acting on ei will give a each will acting on ei will give a xi plus byi. So this is nothing but phi of phi sub ax plus by. So it will be mapped to ax plus by, which is in LQ. So it is a bijective linear map. So it is an isomorphism. Further, we had seen that the q norm of b was less than or equal to the corresponding functional phi b, and the q norm of b was also greater than or equal to the corresponding norm of phi b. So that gives us that the q norm of b is equal to the norm of phi b. So this is also an isometry. So now we have got an isometric isomorphism between LP star and LQ.
So I didn't listen
For
properly.
the dual of C0.
One second. No. Did you prove that phi of
Yes, sir.
given any linear functional phi of ei is in LP or something? Did you prove that? LQ or something? EI is the basis, no?
Yes, sir. So over here,
how did you prove?
yes, sir. Over here, I proved that. So I said that phi is an element of LP star.
Okay. And, so, correct. That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. So in the case of C0, we go through the exact same procedure. There is almost no difference. So again, we will do the exact same thing. We'll show that we know that phi is uniquely determined by its action on the basis. So first we'll show that given some bi in L1, phi b of ai defined as summation bi ei will be well defined. and it will give us a linear functional in C over C0. And conversely, we will show that if phi is some linear functional over of C0, then phi of EI will be in L1. And then we will also show that it is an isometry. So for B, for the sequence BI in L1, we define phi B of AI as summation BI AI. It will be well defined because we have summation mod BI AI is less than or equal to supremum mod AI times the summation of BI, which is the L1 norm of B times the norm of AI. And by triangle inequality, we get that mod summation BI AI is less than or equal to the L1 norm of B times the norm of AI. So this is a well-defined linear functional on C0. And from here, by setting norm of AI is equal to 1 and taking the supremum on the LHS, we see that the norm of phi B is less than or equal to the L1 norm of B. Now, conversely, if phi is some element of C0 star and phi of EI is equal to BI, then we have summation mod AI BI is equal to phi acting on AI. Since, I mean, AI can be just written as summation AI EI. So by linearity, we'll get that this is, yeah. So mod of summation BI AI is less than or equal to the norm of phi times the norm of AI, which is equal to norm of phi times supremum of AI. So now we set xn is equal to the sine of B1 conjugate, sine of B2 conjugate, all the way up till sine of Bn conjugate, and the remaining terms of are 0. This will be an element of C0 because this is a sequence which converges to 0. So we see that phi of x, the mod of phi of xn is just summation from 1 to n of mod bi, which is less than or equal to norm of phi times norm of xn, and norm of xn is just 1 because it will be the supremum of mod of these elements. And this is true for every n. So again, by just taking the supremum or otherwise, we see that bj is in L1, and further we see that the L1 norm of B is less than or equal to the norm of phi. So again, as we had seen previously, we just go to that side. Oh. Yeah, again we get a bijection between C0 star and L1, and this bijection will obviously be linear. And yeah, and we also see that it is an isometry because we got that the L1 norm of B is less than or equal to the norm of phi in the first case, and the L1 norm of B is greater than or equal to norm of phi in the second case. So we'll get that it's an isometry and as well as an isomorphism in the same way. Yeah. So that's basically it.
There is one subtlety. I have a question.
Okay, sir.
So if you take instead of C0, if you take L infinity, can you just tell me where this proof does work?
Oh, where the proof doesn't work.
Yeah, you take instead of C0, you take L infinity, then you take any, then you can do the whole thing. Somewhere it doesn't work.
I see.
It shouldn't work, I believe. Because
Yeah,
the
because
infinity is
yeah,
not
the dual of L infinity is not L1.
not L1. The reason is, okay, that I will ask someone to present. I will tell you the reason. The reason is L infinity is not separable, L1 is separable. So if the dual is separable, then the original space is separable. If X star is separable, then X should be separable. Okay, that's a theorem which I will ask
I
someone.
see.
Okay, if X star is separable, then X should be separable. So here, what am I saying? Yeah. So if suppose if dual of L infinity L1, then L1 is separable. So L should be separable, which is not the case. So dual of L infinity is not L1,
Right.
right? So but your proof will not work somewhere. So you are using the fact that it is C0, not L infinity. You are using the same now, everything, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere it's not working.
Yeah.
If you take a L infinity instead of C0, it will not work. Can you just see where it doesn't work?
Hmm.
Well, obviously, if you take any L1 sequence and define it this way, that should give a linear functional on that. There is no problem.
That'll work. Yeah.
So L1 is
So
certainly
it-
contained in L
here.
infinity. That's not the problem. It's only the subjectivity will be a problem, right?
Yeah.
It will not be subjective. So so it is only the subjectivity. The proof doesn't work. So it's exactly here it should work,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So can you just see where it doesn't work?
Hmm. Oh. Hmm. I think the problem is here. So
Exactly.
the fact that C0, so the fact that phi of EI is equal to BI, then
Correct.
phi of AI need not be summation BI AI. This is because
Correct.
if that was the, I'm using the fact that the basis elements are sort of dense uh,
Basis
in
element span. I mean,
C0.
span closure is
Yeah.
that is not true in
Yeah.
L infinity. And that's because the sequence is converging. That is that sequence, whatever
Yeah.
that is converging to zero, you are using that fact, right?
Right. Yeah.
The first line is true only for C0. It's not true for L infinity. If you take the
Right.
L infinity norm, that will not go to zero. I mean, it will not work there, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Good. Yeah, that's all. So I want you to know. So I want you people to notice that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Okay, so it ended very shortly. It's fine. So anything else you want to say?
Not really, sir.
Okay, then we will stop. We'll end. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, sir.